February 5, 2008, the students of Union University shared an experience few have walked away from. An F4 tornado ripped across the campus, demolishing 80% of the dormitories, causing over $40 million in damage. Several students were trapped for over 4 hours under 2 tons of rubble. David Wilson, a sophomore at the time, who had just made the varsity soccer team 3 days earlier, was one of the last students pulled from the wreckage.
The lights started to flicker, and then the wall on the other side of the door, I was sitting up on a bathroom counter, and so I looked out the door when he opened it, and the wall on the outside just kind of fell. We were all there, the 7 of us in the bathroom area where it used to be, waiting basically for help to come. There was a lot of fear, wonder, are we gonna get out? God really just put a peace in me and just said it's gonna be okay. The way I was pinned, with my knees up in my chest, I knew that eventually my lungs would collapse if I was in that position for long enough, just because I was so compressed. And so I really concentrated on breathing and just in and out. The whole time I was thinking, once they get to us, they'll pick this board up off my back and I'll roll out from under and run away and go home and everything will be fine. I really had no idea of what was to come. Dr. Dockery had been told that the last 2 had died, and that was me and the other guy. The doctors told my parents that I would have 3 things that would happen to me ultimately as a result of what happened. 1, I would have respiratory failure. 2, I would have kidney failure eventually. And 3, they might have to take my legs off. And I spent 3 weeks in that hospital, still unable to move anything from the waist down, really just laying in the hospital bed and waiting for my kidneys to start working again. It was about 4 weeks after the tornado, almost a month exactly, that my kidneys started working again. And that was the last day I did dialysis, was March the 6th. I'd done it every day since the tornado. And that same day I moved to the rehab hospital where I spent 5 weeks relearning how to walk. And the first day I stood up for about 2 seconds and then I fell over into my wheelchair. And then 1 week later I stood up for 17 minutes. The last night that I spent in a hospital was the night of April the 10th. And I went home the morning of the 11th and it was really hard, a lot harder than I thought it would be. As my legs got stronger, I ended up on crutches, and I used them until fall break. And then fall break, I left them at school when I went home for the break and just said, it's time to move on. The pain that I had from the nerve damage was really the worst part, and I would just lay awake at night just in pain all the time. I guess it was the summer of '09 that I just stopped having pain. And the doctors had told me that I would have it for the rest of my life and I would spend forever on pain medicines and I'd never go to school and never get a job. And God really just took the pain away. I guess through this experience, some things that I've learned is that God is very big and we are very small. God is in control and we are not. And we can make choices and we just have to choose to honor Him with our decisions and hope that we're following His will. And I think that He put me here for a reason, and that was to go through what happened.
Every tear I cry, you